just come over earlier. What would you do today? Did you already work today?
No, I don't want to.
You didn't work today. All right. Welcome back to Perception. This is my son's friend, and I consider him a friend of mine too. His name's Connor.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me, Patrick,
Hey,
on the show.
I'm glad to have you on the show. The reason I have Connor on here, he's interesting to me, and he really likes to listen to some of the things I've got to say about science and stuff. So it kind of,
You can say I'm one of a kind.
one of a kind, yeah. Now, I know one thing. You're a skater.
I love to skate. Love to
Roller skate,
Mom
yeah.
and Dad skated.
I've seen some videos of that, and
I
man.
like to break it down, so I'm not no pro, but I try my best. So.
We went to Holiday World, man.
Oh, had a blast. Oh, man.
Remember that
so much
DJ
fun.
going and all
Oh,
that?
yeah,
You had
DJ
it going on,
Illuminate.
didn't you?
I
So,
try.
yeah, I was impressed by that. I thought that was
Thank
pretty
you, thank
cool,
you.
man. Seen some of your videos and stuff on there with you skating, and I know your parents skated and everything.
Yes, sir.
They were skaters, both of
They
them.
did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. So it's almost been handed down.
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
You know, all that. You got to have a hobby of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got to keep your mind
Uh-huh.
interested. And if you focus enough on something, you really start to focus on
Oh,
something
yeah.
and become good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anybody that's ever done anything famous that didn't focus on it?
Not that I know.
No, they focused
yeah,
on it,
they
right?
Focused, yeah.
So it's not whether somebody's really smart or not. I think
Right,
it's just
yeah.
some people that focus on a certain thing.
Become really good at that.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
So you focused on skating, and so you got
Yeah.
really good at that. And I thought that was really neat. A lot of the basis of this channel I call perception is because the human mind itself, the way it works is we gather information through our own perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of this is based on, is why are we here?
Yeah.
What is our body? What is our mind made of?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why do people do the things they do?
Yeah.
Am I any different than you?
Exactly.
Are we really all the same?
Yeah.
We all really want the same things, don't
Mhm. Yeah, we do.
we? Right? We want the joys that life has to offer,
yeah.
right? Isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
Everyone wants
that's
to be
what
happy.
everybody really wants, is the joys that life has to offer.
Mhm.
I really want to press this point, and one of the reasons that I wanted you on my show is because you're the next step. You're the next generation
Mhm.
coming up. So the information in which you gather is
Yeah.
going to be your generation of people, and the generation behind you
Exactly.
is what the world's going to become.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way evolution has always worked.
Like following footsteps.
And
one
right
after
now,
another.
with the technology and all,
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
things are doubling up even faster.
Oh,
We're learning,
yeah.
just look in the last 200 years, how far technology's
yeah.
gone. If you can look back that far now, I know you're only in your mid-20s.
Mm-hmm. But
But
usually history
In
and
the
all
last,
that.
just think, a few hundred years ago, how primitive people were.
Right.
Just a few hundred
yeah,
years
a
ago.
few, not even that much.
Now, we've really only been on this planet for a couple 100,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple. Even as
Just
a
barely
modern
getting into
human
it.
race, we just got here.
Yeah.
Because the planet is 13, did you know it's
I didn't know
13.7
that.
billion years?
13.7?
13.7 billion.
Wow, like before dinosaurs?
Way.
Whoa.
Dinosaurs are in the millions. We're talking about
Oh, okay.
billions of
Billion,
years,
all right.
which is longer than anybody can comprehend. Million years is more than we can comprehend.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a long time. Hundreds of thousands of years, you can't even comprehend
Oh
that.
yeah, that's like out of existence.
That's even trying to, even if you try to think about how big just our solar system in itself.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the whole universe.
Oh yeah, just the solar system with all the planets. And
You know, the
everything.
universe
yeah.
may not even, it may be finite, may be
Yeah.
infinite. You know,
Oh,
you don't.
yeah, we don't know.
But anyway,
So,
just within our Milky Way,
mm-hmm.
how
Oh,
enormous that
yeah,
is
massive.
mind blowing. You can't even comprehend that.
Exactly.
But what I wanted to touch bases on is how pretty much all of us are the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why that is. And I'm not going to go all the way back to the Big Bang or anything like
Mhm.
that. If we just go back far enough to understand that scientists know this much,
Yeah.
that there was a star, like our very sun,
Mm-hmm.
that made the elements in which we are.
Mhm.
Every element that's in our body was made from this star.
What?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And not only once, but that star had to live its life out.
Mm-hmm.
The hydrogen burned up in it, it collapsed and exploded and threw all this, yeah,
Like
threw all-
dynamite.
exactly.
What?
Threw all this dust and debris out.
Uh-huh.
Fine debris that caused space in itself to warp. Mass itself causes
Yeah.
space to warp.
Mm-hmm.
What that is gravity. That's what the warping of space is gravity. So all this dust had gathered together, and it made another star. And this star lived its life out again.
What?
And when the hydrogen burned up and it collapsed and exploded
Like
twice
dynamite.
now.
Twice?
This is not that exploded twice. This is twice that this has
Oh, okay,
happened
okay.
in order for us to be here as human beings. Because the stuff that we're made of
Mm-hmm.
and everything, we're made of what? This planet, right? This planet's made of, when you look up and you see all the stuff out you know, that we can see from Earth and space,
Yeah.
have the same type of atoms that you have in your body.
Yeah.
We're made of the same thing as that stardust.
That's,
The planet's made of stardust, and we're made of the planet. That's what your body's made of.
that's like mind blowing to think about. Like that's just.
So now we know what our body is, right?
Yeah.
And now what our body is,
Mm-hmm.
we're made from the earth.
Made from the earth.
So what's your mind made of?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a-
That's
your
something to
mind-
think about.
Well, let me tell you something. I'll tell you what your mind's made of.
A brain.
You're right. You have a brain, but what is
Right.
what the contents of this brain does what?
The
It takes the information in which you gather from around you
Mm-hmm.
through your perception,
That's true. Yeah.
right through your perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gather this information, you organize this information into a thought.
Mm-hmm.
And once you organize that into a thought, that becomes you,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's your personality. Everything
Oh, yeah.
about you is what you've gathered from your
Mhm.
surroundings. This information in which
From
you
what
gather.
you've seen, what you saw, heard, and seen,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So,
That gives you an idea of like from your perception.
so when
how
you
to
see
view things.
somebody that may think one way or another way,
Mm-hmm.
instead of reacting, say somebody had said something you didn't like,
Mm-hmm.
instead of reacting to that and letting them emotions affect your emotions, taking a step back and looking at it and say, you know what? This is the information in which they've gathered, and this is what they think. They're only acting upon what they know.
Yeah, what they've
Right?
organized up in their brain. Yeah, what they
Right?
made a
Because
conclusion.
that kind of falls back onto what I said earlier about
Yeah.
we all want the same thing,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
In
yeah.
life, don't
Uh-huh,
we?
yeah.
That's the joys of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that life has to offer, the joys of life, is what everybody
we want.
really wants. And so I think if we take a good close look at that, especially the next generation,
For sure,
and you're the
yeah.
next generation, and there'll be one after you.
That's right.
So if we start learning this as human beings,
Yeah, right now.
and having some empathy for other human beings, and realizing
Mm-hmm.
that we all really want the same thing,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Pass it on to the next generation. Maybe they can see it the way
yeah,
we show them.
I know one thing: we're going to
Keep
have to make
passing
a
it
change
on.
in this world with
For sure.
nearly 8
definitely.
billion people on this planet and climbing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, either we're going to have to change something, because the way things are going right now, the future, and I'm not trying to be grim here,
Oh, yeah.
but either humanity takes it into control, or nature will take it into control. And
Yeah.
if nature does it, it's not going to be that pretty.
No.
But I'm glad. If you have any questions on anything that I've said so far,
Nothing I know of. Do you have
Okay.
any questions about me or anything?
No.
That you know?
we'll cover this on maybe another show. I'll
So,
go ahead and
okay.
have, but because I definitely want to have you back on here.
For sure. I'm glad you
Um,
enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well, you pretty much just listen to a lot of stuff that I've had to say.
Yeah, and it's been interesting.
And I really haven't given you a
fascinating.
whole lot of chance to counter react this. I'm not trying to drag this video too long,
Mhm.
but I want to get the point out about the next generation needing to know.
For sure, definitely.
Um,
The perception.
well, we're needing to change the way we think,
Yeah.
so we can try to better humanity
Look at
on
other
this
things.
place.
Yeah. Not
But
so
Connor, it's
much
been great
negative.
having you on here, and y'all stick around for round 2 because Connor's coming back on, and this time I'm going to let him start asking some questions. Now that I've opened the door for him, he knows I kind of shot him some things to think about, and so I want him to counter react some of the things I said. And if you have anything else to say as well, drop it in the comments. I'll be glad to answer what I can. And thanks a lot for watching us on Perception. Connor, thanks again.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right. We'll
Coming
see
back.
you next time on Perception.